Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Short kick, it's taken to the 23. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40.
At their own 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Humphries. Got a man, that's Allison. And they get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one goes for 24 yards.
Ready. 70, Indy.
Get in the white room.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Humphries. Open here is Allison. That's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 13 yards, 1st down Packers. So the same tandem connecting on back-to-back throws to start the game.
And maybe throwing the scouting report off just a little bit. That's not exactly what they think is going to be their #1 receiver, but he's producing already early in this game.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Back to throw. Humphries. It's caught here by Adams. 14 yards, good for a Packer 1st down. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Go! 18 Gator.
54. I got you, son.
They go.
To throw on 2nd down. Humphries. And that's complete to Adams. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Here we go. Set. 8, read. Hey, Foxtrot.
I got you, son. I got you.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake.
Set. Ready. 60 or.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Now they try the right side here. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds.
Let's go now. 15 line. 15 line. SOS. X3. 218. Chop it.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. That second down play nets a -4.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Leo!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going deep for Diggs. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10.
At their own 42-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Humphries. That's complete to the former Aggie Jay Sternberger. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Set. 10-2 stop.
Let's go one more.
Ready.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Humphries. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Humphries. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on 4th. So on now for the Packers is their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Get ready. Get ready.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. And to give this time to the tailback. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. 2nd down coming up.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Ready, set.
Mike's going forward. Check tight. Check tight. Check tight. Switch.
80 weapons.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Recon, 152 fighter.
44's the mic.
Hard.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Matt Weil now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at the 15. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it with Jones. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
That's another Packers first down.
We're scoreless after 1. Back for the 2nd quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Humphries. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the Vikings 28-yard line.
Ready?
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Ready?
They go back to the ground with Jones. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
You ready?
42's the mic. Check. 42's the mic. I'm going to come back to you.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
To throw on second down, Humphries gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
High 7.
Operating from the gun, Humphries. And he is going to be wrapped up and slung to the turf. Danielle Hunter able to record his 5th sack of the season. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
And feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Making back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
This one taken from the 7. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about... the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. 77 yards as they are now on the board here in the first half. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On second down now. It's Jones, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On third down, Humphries. And he's got his man on the out route. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The previous run good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Second and 1. Going right side here, and that's complete.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
think. What do you mean by that, Burke?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
This quarterback now, pretty amazing. 14 of 16 throwing the ball. It's first and 10. Back to throw. Humphries, pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Looking to throw. Humphries is going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt. I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs, but the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up. NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down.
Check 24. Check 24. General West.
Check, check. Hey, we gotta get
Rock it.
Let's get ready.
Snap.
Looking to throw. Flushed out right. Man open, that's Robert Foster, complete. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Matt Weil now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making...
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Back to throw. Humphries. Throw left side, complete. That's Hernandez.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
And the Vikings are going to beef up their secondary here. 6 DBs on 3rd. From the gun, Humphries. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get in the field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. 2nd down and inches. Open man, here's Foster. He's got the first down here inside the 30 and all the way down to the 25-yard line. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And Bailey missed it. It's no good, wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to lose yardage, not that it matters, as the final seconds tick away. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, so it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter.
We got this.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
13 yards. First down, Vikings.
On the set.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff here to his running back. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is going to be Packer football. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Looking to throw. Humphries drops it to Jones in the flat. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Check 9, check 9.
Bam, bam.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Come on.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they?
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Rashawn Gary make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
Hey, two. You can't block me. Fine.
He'll drop to throw. It's caught. Smith. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 8. Escaping the pressure right. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So that one a hold, right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this is Cook with a grab. 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be fielded at the 8. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Back to throw. Humphries over the middle, complete. It's Hernandez. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well.
Ready? 10-2, sir. Let's go. Get it.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Here we go. Set. 70. Indy.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
5. 5.
Mike's 57. 57's Mike. It's a party now.
Go.
It's a party now. 57's the Mike. 57's.
Hey. Wahoo. Now.
Throwing on third and long. Humphries. He's got Adams on the hookup. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That goes for a gain of 31. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Humphries. Flush to his right. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Let's go. 60 Pittsburgh. On the ball.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Let's go now.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
You better bring. I'm letting you know right now.
Hey, 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 hey.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 13 yards, 1st down Packers.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hernandez. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Now they try the right side here. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Go.
2nd and 6. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dean Lowry, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Zadarius Smith, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Back now at Lambeau. It's been a good one so far, just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Here's Matt Weil now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Fielded just inside the 20. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Humphries throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hernandez. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Jones. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the Vikings 46-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Come.
We got to step it up.
Hey, one set. Check. Hey, Sam off. Now.
Looking to throw. Humphries. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 6.
50 seconds. Leo.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off.
Operating from the gun. Humphries. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Check three.
Protein spill.
Now a give running right. It's Cook. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
The Vikings on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. That'll be complete to Cook. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties. And they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. At their own 21-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
To throw on 2nd down. Humphreys looking deep for Adams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
From the gun, Humphreys nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
That's taken it around the 40. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Hines. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
The Vikings on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. A quick throw taken in by Diggs. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
60 or.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
Tighten up.
Let's go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Okay, ready?
Mike Fofo. I got one.
Hey, Delta.
44. Mike, 44. Nice, sweetheart.
5.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Rashawn Gary in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Ready?
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And this one is right down the middle. And that's going to up the lead to 15-10. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweat.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Ready? 18 Gator.
Double tight, guys, double tight. We got 4. Whip. Watch the whip.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
Go! 30 base.
Check back. 36.
And to give this time to the tailback. And this Green Bay defense making that play look a lot like the previous one. Both tackles behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one going the wrong direction. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now a run with Cook. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game as now they've got it 3rd and long.
Mike Bobo. Dan. Check.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Cook following the penalty. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
Brings up 4th down.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game.
Right there. Up there, baby.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines.
Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Ready.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
At the 24-yard line.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Two.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the 1st down. That's what's vital to them.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Hey, Echo.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Who that? 57's Mike. Mike 57. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Mike's 57. 57's Mike.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 76 yards. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. Those are the types of plays in these moments they were hoping for from this young rookie, able to put him up here in the 4th quarter.
How about the kid? You just mentioned it, the 4th quarter. This is when you have to make those winning plays. That's what he just did. Doesn't ensure anything, but he certainly gave his team a heck of a chance, didn't he?
So here we go. The Packers will line up to go for 2.
Hey, Alpha. 5.
They're going to run for with Jones. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Dances by him. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Come on, set.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Back to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Check, check.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
60 or.
He's back to throw. Got an open man. It's Foster. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Well, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Ready? 60 outlaw.
Hey, let's get in them holes.
Hit it.
The Packers looking to get out of here with a win as they take the knee.
It's a loss of a yard, bringing up 3rd and 12.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Packers, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, the downward spiral continues as they drop to 0-6 now. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gautin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.